Sarah woke up before Michael. She always did. She made coffee the way she always made it. His first, black with 1 sugar. Hers second, cream no sugar. She set both cups on the table in their usual spots. She pulled eggs from the fridge. She cracked them into the pan without thinking about it. Everything looked normal. That was the point. She had been doing this for 4 days. Making breakfast. Asking about his meetings. Folding his shirts. Sleeping next to him. All of it exactly the same as before she knew. The first morning after she figured it out, she almost said something. She stood in the kitchen with the coffee pot in her hand and thought about pouring it down the sink and walking out. But she didn't. She made the coffee. She does not know why. The second morning she watched him eat toast and scroll through his phone, and she thought about asking who he was texting. But she already knew. So she did not ask. The third morning she realized something. He thought he was getting away with it. He thought the careful way he deleted messages and the excuses about late meetings were working. He had no idea she had stopped believing him days ago. That was worse than the affair. The idea that she was stupid enough to believe him. So this morning, the fourth morning, she decided to stop pretending. Michael came into the kitchen already dressed for work. Button-up shirt. The blue one. She used to tell him that shirt made his eyes look lighter. She does not remember the last time she said something like that. He kissed the top of her head without looking at her. He sat down. He picked up his coffee. "Thanks, babe," he said. She set his plate in front of him. Eggs scrambled. 2 pieces of toast. The same breakfast she had made him 1,000 times. He ate. She sat across from him with her own plate. She was not hungry. She cut her eggs into smaller pieces and moved them around. "Got a busy day?" she asked. "Yeah. Budget meeting at 10. Then Emily's doing a presentation on the new client pitch. Should be good." He said her name like it was nothing. Like it was just a coworker's name. Like Sarah had not spent the last 4 nights lying awake thinking about the way Emily's perfume smelled on his jacket. Sarah set down her fork. She did not plan to. It just happened. Michael looked up. "You okay?" She looked at him. Really looked at him. She used to love his face. She used to think he had kind eyes. "How long?" she said. 2 words. That was all it took. Michael's face did a thing she had never seen before. His expression did not change exactly. But something behind it did. Like a light turning off in a house you are walking past. You do not see it happen. You just notice the dark. "What?" he said. His voice was too casual. He was trying to sound confused. But his hand tightened around his fork. "How long?" Sarah said again. She was not yelling. She was not crying. Her voice was completely steady. That was the part she was proud of later. She did not give him the reaction he could dismiss. Michael put his fork down. He leaned back in his chair. He was doing the thing he always did when he was buying time to think. She used to find it endearing. Now it just looked like what it was. A tell. "Sarah. I don't, the coffee cup," she said. 4 days ago. The one in your car. It wasn't mine. It had lipstick on it. The wrong shade." His face went very still. "I don't know what, your phone," she continued. "You stopped leaving it face up on the counter. You take it into the bathroom now when you shower. You never used to do that. I think the night you said you were working late," she said. 2 weeks ago. Thursday. You said the meeting ran until 9? But you came home smelling like wine. You do not drink wine at work meetings. If you want to know what happened next, make sure you are subscribed. I post stories like this every week." Michael opened his mouth. Closed it. Opened it again. "Sarah." That was all he said. Just her name. And she knew. You can know something and not know it at the same time. She had known for days. But hearing him say her name like that, like an apology he had not figured out how to phrase yet, made it real in a way it had not been before. "How long?" she said for the third time. He looked at his plate. At his hands. At the wall behind her. Anywhere but her face. "It's not what you think," he said. She almost laughed. She did not. But she almost did. "How long, Michael?" 6 months, he said quietly. 6 months. Sarah had suspected weeks. Maybe 2 months at the worst. 6 months meant it started in March. March was when they went to her parents' house for her mom's birthday. March was when he told her she looked beautiful in that dress. March was when they talked about maybe trying for a baby next year. 6 months meant he had been lying to her for half a year. "With Emily," Sarah said. It was not a question. Michael nodded. He still was not looking at her. "It just happened," he said. "We were working late on the Harrison account, and I do not want to know how it started," Sarah said. Her voice was still calm. She did not understand how. She felt like her chest was caving in. But her voice was steady. Michael looked up at her. His eyes were red. He was going to cry. She realized she did not care. "Sarah, I'm so sorry. It was a mistake." "It didn't mean anything. 6 months is not a mistake," she said. "A mistake is one time. One night. 6 months is a choice you made over and over." "I know. I know. But I love you. I never stopped loving you." She thought about that. About whether you could love someone and lie to them for 6 months. About whether that word meant the same thing to him as it did to her. "Does she know?" Sarah asked. "About me?" Michael's face did something complicated. "She knows I'm married," he said carefully. "Does she know you told me you loved me 3 days ago?" He did not answer. Sarah stood up. Her legs felt strange. Like they belonged to someone else. "Where are you going?" Michael asked. He stood up too. "I do not know," she said. That was true. She had not thought past this moment. She had spent 4 days planning what to say. She had not planned what to do after. "Sarah, please. Can we just talk about this?" "We are talking," she said. "I mean really talk. I can explain. It's complicated." "It is not complicated," Sarah said. "You had an affair. For 6 months. That is the least complicated thing in the world." Michael stepped toward her. She stepped back. He noticed. His face crumpled. "Please don't go," he said. "Let me fix this." If this story hit close to home, share it. And subscribe if you have not yet. New story dropping soon. Sarah looked at him. At this man she had been married to for 4 years. At the face she used to wake up happy to see. "I need you to tell me one thing," she said. "And I need you to be honest. For once." "Anything," he said. "Did you ever think about stopping?" she asked. "In the last 6 months. Was there ever a moment where you thought about ending it and you chose not to?" Michael did not answer right away. That was answer enough. "Yes," he finally said. "When?" "Last month. After we went to dinner for our anniversary. You wore that blue dress. You were so happy." His voice cracked. "I almost told you that night." "But you did not," Sarah said. "No. Why not?" "Because I did not want to hurt you," he said. Sarah felt something break inside her chest. Not her heart. Something deeper than that. The part of her that had believed people were good. "You did not want to hurt me," she repeated. "So you kept lying. For another month." "Sarah, do you understand how insane that is?" Her voice was rising now. She could not keep it steady anymore. "You did not want to hurt me, so you hurt me more. You did not want to lose me, so you gave me every reason to leave. I know. I know I fucked up. But please, let me make this right." "You cannot make this right," Sarah said. "There is no making this right. She walked past him toward the bedroom. He followed her. "What are you doing?" he asked. "Packing a bag," she said. She pulled her duffel from the closet, the one she used when she went to visit her sister. She started pulling clothes from drawers without looking at them. Jeans, shirts, underwear, socks. Michael stood in the doorway watching her. "Where are you going?" he asked. "Laura's," she said. Laura was her sister. She lived 20 minutes away. Sarah had not called her. She did not know if Laura was even home. But she needed to say a place that was not here. "For how long?" "I do not know." Sarah zipped the bag. She picked up her phone charger from the nightstand, her keys from the dresser. She walked past Michael again. He caught her arm. "Sarah, please." She looked at his hand on her arm, then at his face. "Let go," she said quietly. He let go. She walked through the kitchen, past the table with their breakfast still on it, past the coffee cups. Hers was still full. She had not taken a single sip. She got to the front door before he spoke again. "I love you," Michael said. She stopped, her hand on the doorknob. She did not turn around. "You love the version of me that did not know," she said. "That person does not exist anymore." She opened the door. She walked out. She got in her car. She did not cry until she was 3 blocks away. Then she pulled over in a Target parking lot and called Laura. "Hey," Laura answered. "What's up? Can I stay with you for a while?" Sarah asked. Her voice was shaking now. The calm was gone. Everything was shaking. "Of course," Laura said immediately. "Are you okay? What happened?" "Michael," Sarah said. And then she could not say anything else because she was crying too hard. "I'm home," Laura said. "Come now. I'll be waiting." Sarah hung up. She sat in the Target parking lot with the engine running and tried to breathe. A woman walked past her car pushing a shopping cart. She had a kid in the cart. Maybe 3 years old. The kid was holding a stuffed dinosaur and laughing about something. Sarah watched them. She thought about the version of her life where she had that. Where she had the kid and the dinosaur and the ordinary Tuesday morning trip to Target. She thought about March. About the conversation about trying for a baby next year. He was sleeping with Emily in March. She put the car in drive. She pulled out of the parking lot. She drove to Laura's house. Laura was standing in the doorway when she pulled up. She walked down the driveway and opened Sarah's car door and pulled her into a hug before Sarah could say anything. "I've got you," Laura said. Sarah held on to her sister and cried in a way she had not cried since she was a child. The kind of crying that empties you out. When she finally stopped, Laura pulled back and looked at her. "What did he do?" Laura asked. "He had an affair," Sarah said. "For 6 months. With Emily from his work." Laura's face went hard. She did not say anything. She just took Sarah's bag from the car and put her arm around her shoulders and walked her inside. Sarah sat on Laura's couch. The same couch she had sat on 100 times before. When she came over for movies, for holidays, for normal sister visits. It looked different now. Everything looked different now. Laura made tea. Sarah did not drink it. She just held the warm cup in her hands. "Did he admit it?" Laura asked. "Yeah," Sarah said. "I asked him how long. He said 6 months. He said it did not mean anything. They always say that," Laura said. Sarah looked at her sister. Laura had been married once. It ended badly. Sarah never knew the details. Laura did not like talking about it. "Did Jason?" Sarah started. "Yeah," Laura said. "Different circumstances. Same bullshit." They sat in silence for a while. "What are you going to do?" Laura asked. "I do not know," Sarah said. That was the truth. She did not know if she was leaving him, or just leaving for now. She did not know if this was the end or just the worst day of something that would keep going. You can stay here as long as you need, Laura said. Weeks. Months. Whatever. Thank you, Sarah said. Her phone buzzed. She looked at it. Michael. I'm so sorry. Please come home. We can work through this. Another buzz. I'll end it. Right now. I'll tell her it's over. Another buzz. Please, Sarah. I can't lose you. She turned her phone face down on the couch. Laura looked at her. Do you want to talk about it? Not yet, Sarah said. Okay, Laura said. They sat there. Sarah held the teacup. Laura turned on the TV to something mindless. Sarah stared at it without seeing anything. She thought about Michael sitting at the breakfast table. About the moment when he realized she knew. About the way his face had gone still. She thought about the question she had asked him. About whether he had ever thought about stopping. He